In this video, we're going to look at scatter graphs and finding the mean point of a set of data and drawing a line of best fit through the scatter graph using the mean point. So let's look at an example. Here we have a question where we're told that 10 students were surveyed to find the number of marks they received in a pre-test and a post-test for a module. We're given the results and we're asked to find the mean point, draw a scattered diagram of the data, mark the point x bar y bar, which is the mean point on the scatter diagram, and draw in the line of best fit, and then use the line to estimate the mark for another student who missed the post-test but scored 70 in the pre-test. So the first thing we're going to do is look at how we can find the mean point x bar y bar. So if we have our data here, the way we find x bar y bar is for x bar, which simply means the mean of x, we add up all the x values, or the pre-test values, so we get 40 plus 79 plus 60 plus so on up to plus 85, and we divide by 10. When we do that, we get on the top 600, and that's divided by 10, so we get an answer of 60. So x bar is equal to 60. We now do a similar thing for y. So to find y bar, which is simply the mean of y, we add up all of the y values, so 48 plus 91 plus 70, so on up to 95, and once again divide by how many there are, which again is 10, which this time gives us 710 over 10, which gives us a y bar value of 71. So that's how we calculate x bar and y bar. The final thing is to put that in terms of coordinates, because we were asked in the original question to find the mean point in terms of coordinates here. So the coordinates x bar, y bar are equal to 60, 71. And we're going to use that in a moment once we've plotted our scatter diagram. So now let's start thinking about how we're going to draw this. And first of all, to draw a scatter graph, we need some axes. So let's put in some axes. And we can see we've got pre-test along the bottom, along the x-axis, and the post-test score up the side, up the y-axis. And for our scatter diagram, all we have to do is plot the points 40, 48. So along the x-axis we go to 40, and up the y-axis we go to 48, which is going to be, if I've counted correctly, it's going to be there. And then we would do the same thing for each of the other ones. We would plot 79 against 91, 60 against 70, 65, 71, and so on for all the pairs. Once we do that, we will get these points here, and we can see that one dot that I did has matched up with the one that's appeared there. So we would get all those points once we plot them, and that is our scatter graph. Now we are asked to plot, in the original question, we were asked to plot the point x bar y bar on our scatter diagram, and then to draw in the line of best fit. So we've got two things to do. Mark the point x bar y bar. So we go back to here, and we remember that our point x bar y bar is this one here, 60, 71. So back to our graph, we plot the point 60, 71, which is there, and that is our mean point x bar y bar in there. That there is x bar y bar, which is equal to 60, 71. And finally, we are asked to draw a line of best fit. Now the line of best fit is a straight line. It should pass through the mean point, and it should be as close as possible to all the points. This is something you do by hand when you're doing it with the mean point, but hopefully you would get something that looks like that. That is our line of best fit through our mean point, x bar, y bar. Now the final part of the question, if we go back to it, was to estimate the mark for another student who was absent for the post-test but scored 70 in the pre-test. So we go back to our graph, and if they scored 70 in the pre-test, we find 70 along the bottom, which is there. We go up, oh, missed the line, we go up there until we hit the graph, and then we go across from there until we hit the axis, and we see that that is hitting 80. So we would estimate that that student who scored 70 in the pre-test would score 80 in the post-test. And that's how we plot a scatter graph, how we calculate and plot the mean point, how we use the mean point to then draw the line of best fit for the data, and finally how we use that line of best fit to interpolate other results from it.